So step 31. So now we're going to be looking at what an extract is. So in the previous video they said produce a report. In this video they're asking us to produce an extract. So another word for an extract is basically a query. So all we're going to do here is work in a query and then export it into a form that can be opened in Microsoft Word. So we got to select only. So remember, in a query you are selecting or searching for specific records. That is a function you can do in a query. So they say we're going to find only the cars of cost price greater than or equal to 12,000, those of red color, those distributed by the contact name of GIDE, and the VIN contains the letter C. So we're going to work with these bullets first. So create an extract. We're going to create a query straight away. But just in terms of completion of the previous step, if you are finished with the report and you're already moving on to the next step, maybe just save your report and close it. Alright, so I'm going to save this query as well and just close it. Okay, we're going to create a brand new query because it's a brand new step, brand new question. Query design. Add the tables in. Lengthen them a bit so you can see all the fields. So this one isn't like the previous question where we probably can't add in all the fields, because this question is quite short and they pretty much give you in these bullets over here, well, all this information over here, the fields that are going to be involved. So this one will just add in the fields that they state. So cost price is going to be needed, so I'm going to add in cost price. Let's double click or drag down or add it in there. Those of red color, so we need color. Distributed by the contact name of GIDE, so contact name. And VIN contains the letter C, so VIN we need. Alright, so if you just go view datasheet view, you'll get pretty much the data for every single record in the database. You can see the 800 or somewhat records. So let's see if when we put in these criteria, whether or not the amount of records will shorten. So cars of cost price greater than or equal to 12,000. Alright, so this is going to be on the criteria row of the cost price. But remember, we've got to change greater than or equal to in terms of math symbols. So greater than or equal to 12,000. Okay, so in the criteria row and the cost price, I'm going to say greater than, equal to 12,000 and hit enter. So the best thing to do is to keep checking to see if your criteria is working. So I'm going to go view, datasheet view. And you can see all the cost price values over here are greater than or equal to 12,000. So this is working. So go back to design view. Can do the next one. Those of color red. Alright. So color red. So if we just look at our table, you can see that red just appears by itself. So all we're going to do, if we want the color red to show, we're just going to type in red. So view, datasheet view to check if it's working. You can see all the colors for each record is basically red. Design view, next one. Those distributed by the contact name of GIDE. So contact name, GIDE. View, datasheet view. You can see that is what we're getting. So nice. So this is quite a nice one. So the records are, the amount of records have definitely shortened, so it's looking good so far. So design, and then the last one, VIN, that contains the letter C. So VIN, so if it contains the letter C, the way that we do this, you always have asterisks, then the word that it contains, or the letter it contains, or the number. So C, asterisks. So it just means that there can be text to the left of C, there can be the text to the right of C, but C must be somewhere within the VIN number. It must be somewhere. So if you go view, datasheet view, if you look at the VIN numbers, you'll see that each of these contains the letter C. So that is working. So cost price is greater than or equal to 12,000. Again, those of color red. Contact name is GIDE, and our VIN contains the letter C. Okay, so now we continue. So that is the completion of the selecting specific records instruction. So now show only the fields VIN, model, and distributor. So VIN, model, and distributor. So we're going to make sure that these are in the table below here. So VIN model's not in here, so we're going to double click on model. And distributor is not in here, so I'm going to double click on distributor. And only these three must be showing in our query. So you'll see there's a show row here. So only these three should have ticks. So if I untick these, don't worry, the criteria is still going to be applied to our query, but we're just not going to show these fields. So only these three fields should now be shown when we hit Datasheet View. And there we go, those are the only three fields that are showing. Sorts the kites, okay, these are cars, sorts them into ascending order of model. So we go back to design view. There's a sort row. So we look for model. Going to change this to ascending. Go view, datasheet view, and it's done it. Alright, so now we just save the extract in a form which can be imported into a Word document. So this is the last step for step 31, the last instruction. So we're first of all just going to save our query because we finished with it. So we right click and save. And this is step 31. So let's say OK. And once you hit save, you'll see it appears on the side here. So what you want to do is want to export it into a form that can be opened in Microsoft Word. I'm going to right click on it, export, and Word or RTF. If they tell you to export into PDF, you can choose this one, or export into a form that can be opened up in Excel or a spreadsheet document, you can just choose Excel. So for now, it's Word. You'll just find the location basically where you want to save this. So it's telling me automatically it's going to save it in documents and the step31.rtf, and I'll just tick open the destination file after the exportation operation is complete. And when I say OK, I should export it. Let's see if it opens it up. So I finished exporting, it's all good, so close, and here it is. And you'd probably be asked to print this, so then you'd go file, print, but just make sure your name would be on every page. So for example, you might have to insert, header, choose the three boxes, but this is if they ask you to print. And if they ask you, well, they should ask you to put your details on every page, else you won't get any marks for it. Okay, cool, so that is the end of step 31. Okay, so I hope that's right. So an extract is just a query, and that's all. So if you have any questions about that, please let me know.